Thank you very much, moderator, once more, and good morning or good afternoon. I want to start by recognizing Dr. Yemi Akibamijo, the Executive Director of FARA, Wise Words, Dr. Marta Iglesias, the Senior Project Officer at the European Union Commission, Dr. Rick van de Bosch, the Director at ISRIC, all the distinguished panelists, researchers and scientists who have logged in, heads of farmer organizations and the private sector, the youths of African agriculture. May I simply say all protocols observed, ladies and gentlemen. I'm honored to be asked to say a few sentiments at the opening of this important webinar that brings stakeholders in Africa and Europe to dialogue about the soil information system for food security and sustainable agriculture in Africa. The cooperative spirit of this forum is much valued, and I think really this is what we have longed for in Africa, to have a desired continental agricultural development. At this point, I want to congratulate the entire consortium of the Soil for Africa project for rallying all of us to be part of this event. Ladies and gentlemen, the agricultural transformation that Africa needs will come through intensification. It is a well-known truth, as Dr. Yemi mentioned, that agriculture is seen as a center of social and economic development in Africa. And largely, this is because the sector, most of the labor force are engaged in the sector, and yet productivity is beneath the expectation. One thought leader, Dr. Akin Andresina, once said, Africa has a lot of potentials, but no one eats potentials for dinner. No doubt you may have heard that before. In truth, the potential of African agriculture will only come to bear fruit through intensification of the production systems. Research has come up with a whole range of technologies and practices with strong intensification benefits, but all seems to have trade-offs that warrant a balance among variables for sustainable intensification, both in the African and European context. The conventional intensification model that relies on external inputs, fertilizers and other agrochemicals, has been indicted as polluting the natural resource base. On the other hand, advocates of agroecologies have come up with other models that are averse to use of external inputs. But farm outputs are still a concern. Ladies and gentlemen, this is gradually becoming a social movement. At this point then, what is vital in Africa is to find a mixture of best bet intensification model that meets the needs and the basic character of sustainability. Africa needs to be careful to use its production assets, like the soil, in such a way that future generations will continue to use them and sustain their existence and dignity. The core of sustainable intensification still remains the soil, the African soil. This is the only potent resource for production on the continent, as has been said earlier, that 60% of the available arable land is in Africa. And I think Africa is holding this trust, our soil, first for ourselves, but also for the world at large. Therefore, judicious management of African soil is imperative to halt degradation, but also to work on restoration of degraded lands. Ladies and gentlemen, I am enthused to be part of the board of the Soil for Africa project, an initiative that aims to develop a soil information system for Africa. The objective of the project is laudable and I think is good for our time. My current role as a member of the Intergovernmental Technical Panel on Soil also substantiates my crave for soil management. The ITPS aims to provide scientific and technical advice and guidance on global soil issues. Based on the foregoing, permit me to offer my own sentiment on the discussion of the day. Soil information systems should be structured to provide information to all stakeholders to foster sustainable intensification. This makes me then think, who really is the client for the product? Is it the scientists? Is it the policymakers? Is it extension workers? Is it technocrats or fertilizer blenders or indeed other input dealers? Really, if our targeted development, intermediate development outcome is sustainable intensification for food and nutrition security, then the broader stakeholder group should be our client. Then we should pay attention to the presentation language so that it is usable and accessible for all. To me, this suggests that an app version may be created to facilitate extensive use and also accessibility. Ladies and gentlemen, I do not want to preempt the tone of the discussion, but really to look forward to an interesting time when we jointly tease out the entry points where the soil information system will aid sustainable intensification of agriculture and food system in Africa. Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to thank you very much for your attention. And on this note, I declare the webinar officially open. Thank you.